I was born in darkness. Welcome back to another video. Today we're watching Venom versus Bane. If anything, when it came to Marvel, I was mostly into Spider-Man, and like Venom was pretty much my favorite because I like the color, the red, the black. Until I saw that there was more Venoms, and I saw Carnage. I was like, ooh, Carnage became my favorite. But anyway, still part of Venom. For me, I think Venom gonna win this. But anyway, let's get into the video. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hope you like my drawing I made and stuff. Sorry, it's like hot down here. In my room, it's like 90 degrees. You can tell by how I'm looking. My shirt ain't supposed to look like this. It's dusty. But anyway, let's go.
Ultimate antithesis to Spider-Man. And Bane, the burly genius who broke the bet. He's Wiz, I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. The word symbiosis refers to two organisms living in beneficial harmony, such as when two beings...
Let me turn off the fan. I don't know if that's... if the mic picking it up or not. Oh, I'm gonna regret this.
Bond over an obsessive, psychotic desire to kill Spider-Man. Eddie Brock was an up-and-coming journalist on the brink
6'3". Huh?
when life decided to just shit all over him. One day, Eddie published an article incriminating a man he thought was a serial killer. However, that very same day, Spider-Man caught the real killer, publicly shaming Eddie. As a result, Eddie's company fired him, his father disowned him, and his wife left him.
Damn.
So, he had cancer.
What?
Damn.
Damn.
About a bad day. Understandably pretty upset about it, Eddie blamed Spider-Man.
I mean, you can't really blame Spider-Man for none of that. He just made a mistake, but all that other shit, that was some bullshit.
For ruining his life. This led to his fateful meeting with a weird black gooey alien. Remember Gag from the 90s? It's just like that, except alive and evil. This was a symbiote from the planet Clintar, an alien species with one goal: to grow stronger by fusing with a living host. I know that sounds intimidating and almost parasitic, but the Clintar people are naturally a peaceful race. However, they often inherit their host's traits and personality. This symbiote in particular had previously bonded with a violent alien bent on genocide and a costume
Thanos?
superhero everybody knows as Deadpool.
Uh,
Crazy lunatic.
Ooh, that fit on Deadpool is tight. Dang.
Oh, there's no way this symbiote is sane after that. It wasn't. Afterward, it bonded with Spider-Man, who experienced this rage and lunacy firsthand. Horrified by this, Spider-Man eventually discarded the symbiote. Unaware the alien had determined Spidey was its ideal host and became obsessed with him. Much like bar trash
You Snoop.
sometimes you go home with, but never really want to see her again. So what do you get when you combine an angry man and a black goo monster, both hatefully obsessed with the same guy? Most just call him Venom. Did you know Eddie came up with the name Venom because he felt he was spewing venom from the tabloids he worked at? Seriously? I give that origin a 3 out of 10. Thank God the name.
Oh, wait, let's go back. Okay. Let's look at Venom, top of Venom's head.
He worked at. Seriously?
Hold up.
I give that origin a 3.
Look at that. I just gonna say, he got to look like he got a butt on his head, or think about it, it's something else, but I can't say it because it's PG-18 or 13, whatever, when they started those classes.
3 out of 10. Thank God the name's cool at least, and Venom's abilities are even cooler. He's insanely strong, ridiculously agile.
Sorry, I'm pausing a lot. It's hot. But increased strength, speed, and durability. Of course. Basic. Shape shifting. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Webbing, gliding, decoys, tendrils or spikes, invincibility. Oh,
Agile and has a fast-paced
I
healing
didn't know about the invincibility though.
bullets with no problem at all.
Or did I?
Symbiote carries some of the abilities of its previous owners.
It's too
Spidey.
it's too hot to think.
That means he can climb on walls and shoot webbing strong enough that Spidey himself can't break through. Technically speaking, Venom simply reproduces the webbing effects via one of his more useful powers, shapeshifting. This symbiote can act as a liquid, allowing it to increase Venom's size for intimidation, or even mimic Eddie's everyday clothing for discretion. Not to mention, Venom can morph into a wingsuit to glide through the air, isolate and purge toxins from its host's body, straight up turn invisible, or even
Did not know that.
spikes for simple stabbing weapons. With these abilities seemingly limited only by his twisted imagination, Venom has tangled with many of his world's heavy hitters. He's defeated Spider-Man without having a host, resisted
Dang.
Ghost Rider's penance stare, and shaken off the Hulk's infamous
Up. Someone else will also withstand Ghost Rider's stuff. His stare.
thunderclap. That's right, he's even taken blows from the likes of the Juggernaut and the Hulk.
Oh, Eddie can bench press 500 pounds.
The symbiote can rapidly heal its host, from broken bones, impaled
Carnage.
chest, or even blast from an anti-tank rocket. He's also so speedy that he can catch up to bullets in mid-flight. But if he doesn't feel like it, he'll just take the shot and spit it back with deadly force. He's strong enough to bust down metal doors with his fists, tear apart large military trucks, or throw cars several blocks away. I mean, part of that's gotta be Brock. Have you seen how much that dude can lift? Most impressively, Venom once held up a giant carnival
Brock could have been a power lifter after he got fired.
ride similar to a Ferris wheel, even after getting struck by one of his worst weaknesses, a sound
He could have been a white FedEx.
gun. A sound gun? That's pretty lame. So, like, I could just beat him if I scream really loud? With enough sound or literal firepower, yes, you could force the symbiote to expose the vulnerable host underneath. Though I should note that repeated exposure has helped Venom build up some tolerance. Also, while the symbiote is highly versatile, Venom is not exactly a strategist. Unsurprising given his apparent insanity.
I like being mad. It makes me happy.
The symbiote also requires a diet containing the chemical phenethylamine. Pheno, what? You like buy that at the store or? No, it's found in certain fungi, chocolate, and brain matter, which the symbiote greatly hungers for. Oh great, now it eats brains! God, this guy is literally a living nightmare.
Eddie, is that you?
There's no more Eddie, and no more symbiote. Only Venom.
I like that little blue and red to the black.
In his personal mission to drive crime from Gotham City, Batman has faced dozens of foes, each more vile and cunning than the last. But none challenged his sheer willpower more than the monstrous man called Bane.
Sweat in my eye.
Bane's life was screwed from the start. He was born into prison and made to
6'8", goddamn.
life sentence. Talk about carrying the sins of your father. I mean, who puts a baby in jail? Couldn't it just, like, crawl through the bars? Did they make a baby jail? So many questions. The child spent his dawning years in captivity, forced to fend for himself against a cruel and unforgiving world. Then, one day, a fateful accident caused something to snap inside him. I'm guessing his neck. No, well, it should have. Instead, the boy slipped into a coma where he saw a vision of his future self. A man standing above all other men. Future self told him he would be second to none, so long as he could conquer the power of fear, which is apparently shaped like a bat. Ah, would you look at that? What are the odds?
I was born in darkness.
Began his journey to conquer that fear through the power of bloody murder. Hell yeah! That's also when the prison warden called him a Bane to everything holy. And that's why he's named Bane. Ugh, 2 out of 10. Anyway, it wasn't long before Bane caught wind of a certain bat ruling Gotham City by fear. But he got to work trying to become the ridiculously jacked guy he saw in his dreams so he could take down Batman once and for all. As he grew up, Bane entered an intense daily workout regimen. Not
Oh, he meditates.
his mind as well. He educated himself in 10 languages, escapology, combat tactics, and several martial arts, including a few he created himself.
Bane pretty much became a legend across the prison, so to remind everybody who was in charge, the warden decided to make an example of him.
See, this place wasn't just a prison. The army of Santa Prisco was conducting tests on human subjects with an experimental formula called Venom.
Huh.
Super soldier formulas are all the rage.
The procedure had killed every previous test subject, but Bane proved hardier than expected.
And after he had a taste, Bane wanted Venom for himself. So he faked his own death, punched a few sharks to death, and liberated the whole prison single-handed. The inmates joined his cause, and he took his new super soldier serum to Gotham City.
Using a special apparatus on his wrist, Bane can administer a dosage of Venom directly into his brain at will. Doing so dramatically increases his muscle mass, turning him into one of Gotham City's most ferocious physical threats.
I was born in the darkness.
He's destroyed the Batmobile with his bare hands, jumped off skyscrapers without injury, and lifted loaded armored trucks which weigh tens of thousands of pounds. And then there's the feat he's most famous for, breaking the back of Batman. But Bane didn't just break bone, he literally put poor Batman into a coma.
But yeah, I think even with all his accomplishments, I still think Venom will beat him. I don't know.
Well, years later, Batman did get his revenge. After swapping powers with Superman, he paid Bane a visit and broke his everything.
This didn't kill him.
He's one tough son of a bitch, and if he needs it, Bane can crank up his flow of venom for more strength and faster healing. But when he first tried this, it came at a cost.
Turns out, an overdose of Venom can temporarily deteriorate one's mind, turning Bane into a mindless, muscle-bound beast.
It's also surprisingly addictive, so eventually Bane swore off the stuff for some time.
But this only let Bane prove that he is just as dangerous even without the performance-enhancing drug. He's been pelted by dozens of bricks at once and taken countless stabbings and bullets without even reacting. He once cauterized his own wound with a blowtorch and even got thrown hundreds of yards by Elasti-Woman and got right back up ready to fight.
Still off the juice, Bane is strong enough to tear down a stone prison wall, casually rip off an armored guy's limbs, and take dozens of members of the League of Assassins solo. But if he really needs to, fall off the wagon and get back on the Venom.
Bane's absurd power is matched only by his
Let's him get off the Venom. Nigga, he going against somebody whose name is Venom. He is Venom. Look, I got Venom beating him 100%. I got this. Damn, I'm sorry, but you know, it's so hot. It's hard to think. I can't get my words together. I'm glistening.
mind. He possesses a photographic memory, rivals
Oh, that's pretty good.
and deduced the identity of Batman in 1 year when nobody else could figure it out.
Yeah, Bane's pretty ridiculous, but it's no secret that he's at his best when he's got that venom juice pumping through his veins. Luckily for him, he eventually developed a form of venom that didn't turn his brain into mush, and he then soon got addicted to that stuff all over again.
Still, Bane has proven over and over again that with or without Venom, anyone who crosses him will beg for mercy and receive none.
Damn.
You thought before I broke the bat. I break the man.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But all this strength talk has reminded me I gotta bulk up, and the best way to do it is with a delicious
God. Let's get into
No, he's something else.
where Venom. Get over here. They doing too much with the thing. God damn, let me take off my glasses. They ain't helping.
Oh, your blood's spicy. Yes.
Uh-oh, combo.
Big Daddy in once.
Big Daddy. God damn.
So, you fall back on cheap magic tricks, trying to disappear. Yet you don't know how to be truly invisible. Now, permission to die.
Really? Like that's gonna kill him.
You're just like all the others. Broken.
Like that's gonna work on him. I swear to God. I was about to say.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
What's happening? Now, for what we came for! Up goes the weasel!
Yeah, he better one. Yeah.
Ew, that can't taste good.
Both fighters were intense physical threats, but only one wielded the superior venom.
The Venom. Yeah, I was right. Anyway, like the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Whoa, my bad. I just saw myself in the camera. God damn, it's hot. I think it's like 11:30 p.m. and it's still like 90-something degrees out. Dang, Mother Nature, you scary. But anyway, I'm gone.